What's up, everybody? This is Marcy with the One-on-One Boxing Podcast. Reef is back. We got him back. Our goal is to bring y'all the best boxing content out, provide y'all with breakdowns, predictions, in-depth analysis, and anything boxing. Today we'll be talking about Lomachencko retiring. Devin and Teo verbally agreed to a fight, and then Teo backed out. We'll be talking about that. We'll be talking about Abdullah Mason's fight. We'll be talking about Keyshawn Davis' fight Saturday, and just breaking everything down. Reef, what's up, brother?
I feel good, man. I was down for a few days, man, but I'm back, man. I'm ready to talk boxing, man.
So Loma retired. So that means that, well, first of all, how you feel about Loma retiring?
I mean, I don't feel no way about that. I feel like, he was established. He did his thing. You know what I'm saying? He did his thing in the game. He was established. That was a nasty loss from Dev. Like, you know what I'm saying? I think that played an effect in it too. You seen he was real hurt after the fight. He was crying, like real devastated. But I just feel like he never really fully bounced back from that, and so. But take my hats off to Loma. I mean, Loma was a hell of a fighter, man. I give my tip my hats off to him. How you feel about that?
Yeah, I just piggyback off of what you said. Loma's definitely a great, and shout out to him. The IBF title that he's holding is going to open up now, and Raymond Mortala is the interim champ. So that would leave Andy Cruz next in line. So if they were to fight, now it's a crash course between him and Keyshawn because he would have a belt if he wins.
Like I said before, man, I feel like Andy ain't got nothing for Keyshawn nowadays. Like, I feel like the past is the past. Like, I understand he beat him multiple times in the amateurs, but I feel like Keyshawn reformed and reshaped to a whole different person. So I feel like moving forward, Andy ain't got nothing for Keyshawn. I like to see it, but Andy ain't got nothing for Keyshawn.
Yeah, I agree. I don't think Andy got nothing for Keyshawn. Everybody know how I feel about Keyshawn. We'll talk about him later, but I would definitely like to see it though. I don't think Andy can pull it off, but I would definitely like to see it
Hopefully we can get that.
for sure. Then Devin Haney and Teofimo Lopez verbally agreed to fight. And then out of nowhere, we all thought the fight was happening. It was supposed to be August 16th, which was weird to me because that's the date of the Tank and Roach rematch. I don't know why they would
Yeah.
have did that. That was weird to me. But it was verbally agreed. It seemed like everything it was going down. They agreed 144, 145. I think it was
I
145.
think it's 145, yeah.
Yeah, 145, they agreed to catch weight. And Devin Haney tweets, Teo's basically, I'm paraphrasing, Teo's a duck, and he backed out of the fight. And Bill leaked the email that basically said Teo backed out of the fight. What's going on with your man?
Nah, who man? That ain't my motherfucking man. That ain't my motherfucking man. But listen, I feel like he's just attention seeking now. At this point, he's just attention seeking. I feel like he really don't want to fight. You know what I'm saying? I feel like you calling the boots out. Like, I understand that's a big name and that's something good for your resume if you was to beat him. Like, you know what I'm saying? But it's also too like you calling him out, you calling T like, and then you don't show up to no fight. Like, you know what I'm saying? Then we heard with Keyshawn like for Turkey. So you know what I'm saying? So it's just like at this point, I feel like Tio was on some Schofield like trolling type shit, and I'm of Tio right now.
I don't know how I felt about the fight. Like I said, I would like to see these black fighters starve Teo out because he's just doing too much. But as far as just being a boxing fan, it was a good fight. And if you look at their resumes are really similar. And I think that this would have just adding each other would have just boosted the resumes even more.
Yeah,
Um, and the winner probably would have got the nod because, like, you can make an argument. Maybe let's say Dev's best win was Prograis, just off of not the name but off the performance. Josh Taylor beat Prograis, and Teo beat Josh Taylor. So would that make Teo's win more impressive than Dev's?
yeah,
Dev beat Cambosis. Teo lost to Cambosis, so Dev got him
yeah,
on that.
yeah.
Just so this would have been because they were considered the three kings at 35. This fight's a little late, but
I just
I
feel like
think
my bad, not to cut you off. I just feel like Tio's scared to lose to Dev. Like after Dev stock went down, I feel like he just feel like he can't afford to lose to Dev. So I feel like him saying like, yeah, I'll fight you, thinking Dev was going to back down probably because after they get both last performances, Tio shine, Dev flop. Like you know what I'm saying? So looking at that, Tio head was pumped up like, yeah, he ain't gonna win it, he ain't gonna win it. And I think he really didn't think that Dev was gonna go through with it. And when Dev did finally go through with it, he looked at the risk and looked at like, oh no, I can't afford So that's what I think. 'Cause if you feel like that way towards Dev, like how you going to go up towards Boots? Like I said, so
and one thing about Dev don't duck no smoke. Like nobody could take that away from him. He don't duck no smoke, so I don't know. We'll see how this plays out. I don't know where Dev is gonna go next. He was saying he wanted boots. We went over the whole list. That
Yeah,
we did that on
yeah,
another episode. Y'all could check that out. And then Keyshawn came out and said that he was with Turkey, and he called. He's asking Keyshawn like, who do you want to fight? Give me some names. He said Teo. He said Turkey's eyes lit up. He was like,
yeah.
somebody call Teo right now. He called Teo, and he's like, I got somebody that wants to fight you. He's like, let me see him. Let me see him. He puts him on the FaceTime, and Teo's like, he didn't want no smoke. So it's like, I don't know. Teo, he's just doing too much. They need to just starve him out.
Yeah, like I said, he really don't want to fight. Like, cause if he did, like I said, he would have been showing up. Like, that's two fights you duck. And you already know the boots thing is it's a maybe. It's not an indefinite. It's not a definite. Like, oh, you going to see boots? Like, you know what I'm saying? So that's just a fight that you're hoping for, vice versus taking a fight that's right there. That's saying, okay, this is our guaranteed fights. But like I said, I don't want to see no more T.O., man.
And then this weekend we got Abdullah Mason versus Jeremiah Nakathalia. How do you see that going? What do you think about Abdullah's return to Norfolk?
I feel like that's gonna be a great fight for Abdullah. I did look at a little bit at Nakatia. He do look like he got a little power with him. He do look sloppy though. I feel like this is just a this gonna be a good fight for Abdullah. I don't see this guy beating Abdullah. I actually see Abdullah maybe stopping this guy, maybe eighth, seventh, eighth, but and that's just my guess. Like,
Yeah, I got him stopping him. I don't even think it's going to be close. Nakatila is 35. He's been knocked out twice already.
yeah,
Just until Abdullah gets one of these top level competitions, I can't see him losing. To be honest,
yeah,
we were going to get into it. Him and Keyshawn were promised to verbally agree to fight next. Obviously, it's not really in their hands. The
yeah,
promoters got to set it up and all that. But
yeah.
something like that is to where I'm like, okay, maybe
Dang,
this is
that's a
this.
test. Yeah, this a test
Yeah,
now. This a
yeah,
real
yeah.
test. Like, I mean, I definitely would like to see that. My opinion, I would definitely like to see Abdullah mature a little more. Maybe like another year, I would like to see that fight. Let him get a few more fights in before that fight. Because I feel like Keyshawn is doing this thing right now. Abdullah is too, but I feel like Keyshawn is a little more experienced. Like here around them right guys, taking on them fights. Like you know what I'm saying. So I definitely would like to see the fight, but I feel like Abdullah should wait. How you feel about that?
I like the fight off the names. I like the fight off the names, but I do think Abdullah should wait. I don't think he's ready for Keyshawn. Keyshawn's on another level right now, and Abdullah
Yeah,
is really really good. He's just so young, and
yeah,
I don't think
yeah,
he's ready. Off the names, like just being a fan of the sport, I would love to see it, but
for sure.
it would be so much better later on.
Yeah, yeah, for sure.
So I'm cool either way, though. I'm cool either way.
Yeah, I'm cool. I'm cool either way too. I'm cool either way. But like I said, I like Abdullah. I like the way he coming up strong, hopping, like he's showing real expressive. He's showing that he's real special. You know what I'm saying? So if we get it, like I said, we do. But I'd definitely like to wait and see that one. That's a good one.
I want to add one more thing too to Abdullah's fight tomorrow. I could see this going the way that the last fight. It was two fights ago. The Dominican guy that he fought with the patch in the
Yeah,
back of his head,
yeah.
how he knocked him down. I could see that because Nakatila does have power,
Okay.
but I don't see it. You know,
I feel like Abdullah maybe could have learned from that just because the Dominican guy he was wild. Like Nakata is wild too. Like you know what I'm saying. So I feel like maybe he'll learn from that. Like going there and fighting these wild fighters with power. You know what I'm saying, and learning how to protect that chin a little more.
we got the main event. We got Keyshawn versus De Los Santos.
That's a good one, man. That's a real good one. I ain't seen De Los Santos in a while. He been out for a while. Keyshawn he's been active. That's my only concern with the fight. But other than that, I'm not sleeping on De Los Santos. I know he's coming in. He coming in with power. Like, you know what I'm saying? And just because we didn't see him, like, it's not no telling what he been doing. If he been in the gym, if he been training, if he been around the camp, like, you know what I'm saying? So I'm definitely excited to see him back and to see him back against somebody like Keyshawn. So, because if he beat Keyshawn, like, that'd be a real big statement for D'Alessandro on his big comeback return. But I see Keyshawn winning him. I don't know if he stops him, but I definitely see Keyshawn beating.
So you look at De Los Santos, right? You look at his last couple fights. He fought Joseph Adorno. That was on, I believe, the Boots undercard. He won in dominating fashion. It was a pretty bad beating. He
Yeah,
won in dominating fashion. He fights Jose Valenzuela, El Rayo. He beats El Rayo. He knocks him out. But he was hurt in that fight.
yeah,
And
yeah,
and he got knocked down. Like, he was stunned a few times, but he got knocked down as well. We've seen him gas out against William Foster to see, okay, he's been hurt before. He has gassed out before. And he's been out for a year, like you said. He's been out for almost 2. It's like a year and a half.
Yeah.
That's what worries me about him. But De Los Santos is a puncher. He's a good fighter. He's a puncher. He's not much of a boxer, but he can really punch. And Keyshawn, if you look at Keyshawn, his last couple fights was just pure dominant. What's his name? Yeah. His name is slipping my mind right now. He the one that came in overweight. He punched him. He hit him so hard the ref fell. Like, he's been dominating. He's just been on another level. But his defense can be underwhelming at times.
Yeah.
So I feel like he could clip Keyshawn. Keyshawn could punch too. He could clip him. I think this is gonna be a really good fight. I think it's 60-40 Keyshawn's way. I think if Keyshawn wins, I think it'll be by decision. But if he does knock him out, I think it'll be later, like 9.
Have we seen Keyshawn Chin tested by a puncher like this before?
No.
Okay.
No.
Okay.
I'm looking for some movement from Keyshawn,
okay.
like not running, but like some movement to see. Okay. I'm looking to see him box.
Okay.
I don't think he's just gonna. Keyshawn showed he's willing to get gritty and in exchange.
Yeah. The thing I like about Keyshawn, I feel like he could punch and he can fight and he could box really well too. My whole thing with Keyshawn is sometimes I feel like he be impatient and he's real rushy. Like, you know what I'm saying? So I feel like if he takes his time and really stick to his game plan, I feel like he could come out on top. But if he get in there and he get overexcited and try to take things that he shouldn't and he fuck around and get, like you say, he get clipped by De Los Santos, he'll be in trouble.
For sure. De Los Santos is, like I said, he's a puncher. And the thing about Keyshawn is, though, if he hurts De Los Santos, he's probably going to get him out of there. When Keyshawn smells blood in the water,
for sure.
It's over.
Yeah.
The thing that makes me a little nervous is that he will get overexcited because it's in Norfolk. Yeah. The last time it was this big spectacle. His sisters performed the national anthem, which was all cool. That shit was fire. Yeah. His brothers is fighting on the card. So it's like he got to stay focused, stay poised, take his time, and just do what he does. And I think he'll be fine.
I feel the same way, man.
Everybody, that's all we got for y'all today. We will be breaking the fight down right after the fight, so tune into that. Next week, we got Richardson Hitchens versus Kambosos. We'll be breaking down the fight, predicting. If you like this video, hit the like button. If you haven't subscribed already, please subscribe. 1-1.